Now, common mistake with ERC, and I want to mention these are the 3 common mistakes. Double dipping the funds and not understanding non-refundable portion, what that means, and the filing procedure is wrong. So let's quickly look at what is the double dipping I'm talking about. Wages paid with the proceeds from the venue grants or RAF or PPP, those are, no, you can't count them again on ERC. They are not qualified wages if you made the wages out of, if you paid the wages out of other grants. So this is something that I really want you to understand and make sure you really, you calculate your qualification, right? I tell folks that, you know, obviously we're facing the recession. And when recession comes, government does a lot of compliance audit. And number one, that's one way of them recovering the funds that they give out, because some of those claims are mistake, are not right. So the government can do compliance review, get money recovered. Hopefully they get money recovered. A lot of times they couldn't. But in any case, you want to get your eligibility study done really thoroughly. And really, you know, your CPA need to be very thorough in terms to qualify you. But if your CPA asks you to sign a waiver saying that, well, you know, I already did my qualification, eligibility study, I know I'm qualified for ERC, claim it for me. That is okay. There are a lot of firms ask you to sign for that. That just means they did not provide you service with eligibility. And you probably want someone to provide you with eligibility tests and write up first before you claim the credit. You got 5 years to claim, folks, and don't rush. You can go to your attorney, you can go to your CPA, you can come to Community CPA, and we do eligibility study for you to make sure that you claim the money you should claim. And if you cannot claim, we're also going to tell you that, no, don't claim. It's not worth of the trouble because you don't qualify, right? So that's important, not to double dipping. The other common mistake is on the 941 form. When you do this non-refundable portion of form, and in 2020 quarters and 2020 all quarters and the 2021 quarter 1 and the quarter 2, the employer portion of Social Security is non-refundable. What does that mean? That just means that they give you that portion back to you as a part of the ERC claim, but they don't give you more. They only give you back the Social Security portion of it. So let's say that's $6,000, then your total ERC would include that $6,000 in there, right? But the other part of the ERC, folks, is refundable. What does that mean? That means even if you didn't pay enough taxes, and you still get all the amount. So it just non-refundable means that if you didn't pay it, you don't get it. To you, really makes no difference. It only makes difference on that form. But if you make mistake on that, trust me, you don't get your money. Okay? But for 2021, quarter 3, quarter 4, that employer portion of Medicare is non-refundable. It's not Social Security. So that's where people make mistakes because they're doing quarter 1, they're doing 2021, quarter 3 claim or quarter 4 claim, and they are still using the Social Security. No, you need to use Medicare as the non-refundable. All right? That's a common mistake. This mistake doesn't really change your total of the ERC credit, but it does change the form. That's why the 941X is important because you need to fill up the right area to not make that mistake because it will deny you if you do. The last common mistake for ERC is filing procedures, right? So Form 941X for eligible quarters is a 5-year to file instead of standard 3 years. Okay, so you know you gotta work 2 extra years, and the Form 941X needs to be signed, mailed to the appropriate processing center of IRS, and use track mails. Make sure you track your mails And also depends on what state you are in, and search and find out your appropriate processing center. Don't just go with whatever you think your first come to your mind or to the internet. No, search for 941S instruction because they're separated by the state, right? And know that it could take many months for IRS to process your 941 forms and issue you refund. So not getting the refund within 6 months doesn't mean you did it wrong. And if you try to call, trust me, you won't get any answers. And they literally tell you they're too busy and you'll call back later. And 3-4 hours waiting is very common. So you want to just be confident that you submitted it and it's done. And then make sure you track your mail for that.